Okay, so we're back here for the Simraceway Sunday race off, the penultimate race to the night. And it really does look like it's going to be an absolute cracker. It's John Daniels who lines up on pole position alongside him on the front row. He's partnered, of course, by Pelly, who got himself a late lap in there. Question is, can he make the jump into turn one? John will start on the inside line, but he's going to need to defend well. Can he get the job done? We've got 3 red lights, and now we've got 4. And now we're racing again. He's got a very slow start, and Pelly has got a much better one. Pelly's in the lead. He shuts off Daniels. And as the field come down into turn 1, Pelly's had a lightning start, and Daniels has been absolutely swarmed by Mr. Jones, and I think Jason Smith is there as well. He's dropped down to P3 already as a field of blue Evos there as they try and make their way through the second corner unscathed. But Pelly comes out in the lead now under pressure from Tiago, who's gone a bit over the apex there. In fact, very much over the apex. That has not gone well for him at all. We've got a bit of a lag car over there. That's not going to be too much of a problem. That was NASCAR 24 fan who got his line all wrong and sideways, I think, there. 3 cars blue as well. We've got a bit of side-by-side action as Malox tries to overtake Dimitri Giannopoulos, and Dimitri's defending well. Tries to go around the outside. It's a nice job at defending there. And as the cars head up towards the corkscrew for the first time today, got to be said, Pelly is on a very big charge. So Tiago round the outside, and he's made the pass into the corkscrew. Call it a Stoner and Rossi, call it a Marquez and Rossi. Either way, Tiago is in the lead of this race at the end of lap number 1. Really is a great job for him there, and as they come back down in towards the final corner, Daniel still sits nice and strong there in P3. Mr. Jones drop into 4th. Oh, and that was close. 5th place there for SC Jeremy, 6th for PA, 7th for Luke Sky 80, 8th for Dimitri's, 9th Malox, Daniel C, 11th J Smith, 12th Arnett, and 13th NASCAR 24 fan. The field streamed down the opening couple of corners again. Tiago actually coming under a little bit of pressure, it seems, now from Pelly, and that is not where he would love to be at all. So John Daniels still there, and again, as we say, Mr. Jones is all over the back of him at the moment. Let's see what Jones can do as he's going to look to the inside through turn 5. It's a bit risky through there, I think. Bide your time, you've still got another 11.5 laps to go. You don't want to make anything too drastic. And as they stream up towards the corkscrew, we've got Jeremy there just behind us, we say 5th position, PA as well. It's a big train of cars actually, that lead top 5 train. All it takes is one mistake as Tiago tries to pull away. Tiago, Pelly, Daniels, Jones, Jeremy and PA all together. Then we've got the cavalry behind of Luke Sky, Dimitri's and Malox, followed by Daniel C, J Smith, Ahmet and NASCAR 24 fan. So still quite close, but Daniel's under pressure again now. Here comes Mr. Jones 83. Will he look to the inside? Not that time. He's getting much closer, it seems. See what happens a bit later on, but I think for now it's got to be said that these drivers are not exactly getting the best of the circuit because they're not being able to find the opportunities to pass. They're struggling to get the car alongside. Slipstreaming isn't exactly being their best friend right now. It's not easy to get alongside another Evo, and that is becoming evident without a mistake as Jeremy goes a little bit wide through turn 1. As they go under the Bridgestone. Oh, and Demetrius has left. Now, was that a retirement or was that a disconnection? I think that may have been a pure disconnection. It's very unlike Demetrius to go out of a race, unfortunately. I think it may have been his internet. But Pelly, Daniels and Jones getting very close now. In fact, Daniels has switched out the defensive playbook and it's onto the offensive up the inside. It's a risky party, I've said it before. Tight apex. And he thinks, again, a lot better of that one. Either Pelly comes out a bit deep on the run up towards a corkscrew. And I wonder if someone's going to try a pass this time. You want to be careful. You don't want to break too deep. And Daniels almost got all wrong and sideways. They'll follow suit. It really is like watching a roller coaster or a ghost train. All in unison over the line they go. Mr. Jones still holding strong in fourth. I see Jeremy again looking fairly competitive in fifth. Mr. PA in sixth. Luke Sky in seventh with Daniel C in eighth and Jay Smith in ninth. Still NASCAR up into 10th now in front of RT Mertz and Malox, with our only retirement of the day being Dimitri Giannopoulos thus far. So Pelly and Daniels second and third, and Pelly's gone a bit drifty into turn one. And I'm not sure if that's actually gaining him any time or two, but it's definitely gaining him some votes from the fans. Well, this isn't the British Drift Championship. This is a race at Laguna Seca they're driving after all. And Pelly's really starting to come under pressure from Daniels again now. This is, of course, helping John. Even if he doesn't pass, he's able to use Pelly as a bit of an escape route from being under attack from Mr. Jones. As Jones has to be a bit wary because I see Jeremy is not that far away at all. And Pelly again, in fact, cut the corner a little bit there. And up in towards the corkscrew. Let's see what Daniels can do. Oh, he gets a bit sideways, straightens the car up late. And luckily for him, the car's okay. There was no major damage done. And he stays on the back of Pelly. But now Mr. Jones is all over the back, just waiting for a tiny manoeuvre. Let's see what Mr. Jones can do then. Is he going to try up the inside? I don't think he's got enough speed actually going down that main straight, although however much he wants to try, I just don't think he's got what it takes. As he goes into turn one, it's a little... and Daniels goes deep. And in fact, Mr. Jones made us have a cheeky peek up the inside of the next corner. Daniels went for a move, it didn't pay off, and evidently now, that's the amount of momentum he's lost because Mr. Jones is crawling over that rear end of that bright red Mitsubishi Evo being piloted by the American of John Daniels. As they come through once again, you've got to be very wary now. This is a section of the circuit where overtaking does become a bit of a hazard if you're not too confident in the manoeuvre or your own abilities. So let's just see what happens from here. The trio locked at the moment. Daniels looks to the inside. He's got to back out of that, surely. Indeed he does. It's such a hard apex to get with one car, as I say, let alone two. They do have to be very careful now, these drivers. They don't want to make any mistakes because it's so hard to actually make them back again. Put a foot wrong here at Laguna Seca, it brings you so far behind the field. If you want living proof of that, what you've got to do is look a bit further down and see the drivers that have unfortunately got off to bad starts and could not quite push their way back up the field again today. Also got a battle there as well. It's Luke Sky, PA Smith and Daniel C as well there. So again, another quite tense battle that's going to be shaping up over the next few laps as we almost hit the halfway stage. Back in the battle for second place at the moment. Second, third and fourth is Daniels, who's still under pressure now. Pelly's getting away and Daniels is being reeled in by Mr. Jones 83. You just have to wait and see what happens now. Pelly went a little bit wide there coming out of turn number 4, and you can see side by side Daniel C and Jay Smith. And a little bit of contact between the two cars, and thankfully no damage occurred or no major incident occurred. Let's see what Mr. Jones can do as well as he tries now to attack Daniels. He's got a nice run going to corkscrew. He's wiggling around and he's trying to get a run. And he realised it just wasn't going to pay off. And I've noticed every time John goes over the top of the corkscrew, that car wiggles to the left. That back end is veering away. Time after time, it's slowly getting closer to that left-hand side. As soon as one wheel gets over that apex, that could well be game over. And Daniels could be very well facing the same fate as what many other drivers have faced here today, and that is inside the gravel trap, slamming into a wall with not much else you can do, unfortunately. Just keep an eye as well on the battles just behind the field as they're starting to separate out, so we're over halfway in this race right now, and let's just keep an eye, as we say, on as many cars as we possibly can. But our race leader Tiago's not at all, well, he hasn't had it all, as you know, plain sailing at the front of the field. He's only got 2.3 seconds to that trio that's still battling away behind. And then just behind them you've got Jeremy, who's been able to pull away quite a healthy distance from Luke Sky, and he's not quite able to close up the 2.5 needed to get to Mr. Jones, who's in a bit of a twilight zone in P5, and sometimes that's all you want, really. Just want to keep yourself there and make sure you're available to capitalise on an error. Make sure you can drive your own race and focus on what you're doing instead of what everyone else around you is doing. So it's not a bad shout at all to try and manage your pace that way, as Mr. Jones again gets close to John Daniels. They're all bump drafting almost through there. It's almost like something you'd see in a NASCAR race. And now Jones bump drafting Daniels. Very dangerous place to do that. He brakes earlier and one of them's offline, and it happens to be Mr. Jones. Luckily no contact. I think there may have been a couple of paint trades there though. Oh, and Daniels had a great one on the inside of Pelly, and that has been brilliant driving by Daniels if he can make it stick around the outside. And he can't do it. Pelly holds on. Now Daniels goes to the inside. He's had enough of being behind. He wants to be in front. And he's got himself alongside. Can he maintain the position as they start lap number 8 out of 13 here today? No, Pelly holds on again. And both of those drivers, Daniels and Jones, must be shaking their heads going, what must I do to get past? Daniels tries up the inside again. I don't think that's going to work. Jones goes way too wide and power slides his way around. Okay, so we've got Ken Block driving apparently in the Mitsubishi Evos right now. PA Smith and NASCAR as well. Smith up the inside of PA there for a bit, and that's actually worked out quite well for him. Going up the inside of turn number 1. He'll be on the inside of turn 2 as well, and NASCAR 24 fan cannot quite get it to go. Smith makes the manoeuvre and moves up into P8 on lap number 8, ironically. So all the 8s on lap number 8. And making sure there's been no real progression up further front as well. It's still the same positions. Pelly goes a bit wide as well. In fact, that's Mr. Jones. The only one to keep a clean line then was actually John Daniels. And in all honesty, Daniels has impressed me today. We're used to seeing him a bit of lack of consistency at times. He's been involved in a fair few incidents in his time in the Sunday race-offs. But it's just been a very different drive. It's like he's really reshaped, reformed his driving style. And he's become a lot more cleaner, a lot more calm. And he hasn't actually put a real foot wrong today so far. He's been very consistent and he hasn't, you know, hit anyone or been involved in an accident. So that's off to him if he can keep it going for another race. It's a long, tall order to get yourself going over a 13-lap race at Laguna Seca and not to put a foot wrong. Most of these drivers, though, handling that task very nicely right now. There's that massive pack of cars round to final corner again. That's going to be NASCAR. Mallox, I think, is there as well. As is our Mertz 92. Mertz is going to go up the outside of that then. That's going to be key. Let's see how that plays out. An outside pass into turn 1 isn't something we usually see because there's so much wide for runoff, and that is why. And he's left scuffing on that white line, trying to get himself back forward again. And he almost lost the place there to Mr. PA. In the battle for second though. All three drivers still right astern, and it's still Pelly who leads them. It's a halfway round, lap number 9 at the moment, going in towards the second sector now. Diago still leads, he's got himself 3.8 seconds now, so he's slowly eking out more and more time. And now just keep an eye on what Daniels does. So they reach the very top of the hill for the corkscrew and then begin that deadly descent down. And Daniels gets a little bit deep. It's nothing too major. Oh, look at Mr. Jones with the last gas move on. Oh, that was Daniels, in fact. Daniels taking none of it, was not going to retaliate. He held his line. And Jones just almost playing psychological warfare with him now, throwing those body punches in as I refer to them. So about getting the body punches, wearing the driver down, making sure you're in control of the battle. Then when there's the slightest gap where they wobble, they make an error, that's when you go for the knockout overtake. And that is when you take the position cleanly and efficiently. That's what Jones needs to do now, just keeping his rear mirrors, keep him under pressure, keep him on his toes, and the rest should be plain sailing. But right now, it's a very difficult task. Daniel C. Smith, NASCAR fan, and Malox again, all still pretty close together. Mertz is there as well, as is Mr. PA. Let's see what Jones can do from here then. He's really not that far away at all. In fact, he's all over John Daniels. Can Jones move up the inside? Not quite that time. So in towards turn number 6, can Jones perhaps get it this time going, or in towards the corkscrew is an opportunity? Whether he decides to take it or no is another matter. Very, very risky passing into that corner. We've said it so many times before. I don't think he's honestly close enough this time, unless there's a bit of a lockup. No, there's not, but he does get a much better run. That has got to be cleared. And now Jones is really starting to maybe get a bit alongside. In fact, he is on the outside of the final corner there. It's the dispreferred line, and he almost lost the back end. However, he can get the power down nice and early, and that should give him an inside run to turn 1. Very sly play there. I like that kind of mentality. He's looking for every opportunity he can get, and it's just not falling for him at the moment, though. Into turn 1 again, and still he can't quite get it to go. Daniels goes wide, and now maybe Mr. Jones can capitalise. Is this the time? Not quite yet. Also back in turn 1 as well. We forgot about the cars that are still dueling away. Jay Smith and Daniel, Malox and NASCAR fan. And NASCAR fan's getting very close to Malox, and Jay Smith is to Daniel as well. Jay Smith almost going for a pass there through that fast right-hander of turn number 4. Again, there was not quite enough room there to convert it into a successful passing manoeuvre, but it was worth a go anyway. Bit of a nudge, in fact, there, and a second one. I mean, actually, he's got almost a safety nudge. He nudged him back in the right direction. And so into the corkscrew again. They are catching Penny again now, the guys at the front. And he's not quite out of reach yet. In fact, he is falling back to Daniels. Jeremy still P5, Luke Sky 6th, 7th Daniel with Jay Smith in 8th place. Malox is there in 9th with NASCAR fan in P12. Or 10th, I beg your pardon. 11th is RT Mercer, and 12th is Mr. PA. And look at Malox now at the outside. That's going to be very risky. And it wasn't quite going to work through there, was it? It was worth an effort. And Jay Smith is now back on the outside again. Malox goes for a deep inside pass. And it was not going to be able to convert that through there, but he's done his best. And Malox has made the pass final corner. And now keep an eye on what NASCAR fan does as well. This could very well be 3 wide at turn 1. Will Jay Smith retaliate? He tries to. NASCAR fan waits to pick up the pieces if he goes wide. Jay Smith is aware of it. He cuts back across and holds on in a penultimate lap. see what Jones can do now as well, as he's getting ever closer to Daniels, but time's running out. Penultimate lap. About 2 minutes 40 seconds left in this race, providing, and you've got to start to wonder if ever, when is he going to make the move, because he's desperately running out of time. He's trying everything he can, but I just don't think he has the pace to pass him. Unfortunate as it sounds, he's got a lot of pace, a lot of potential. He just has not been able to convert any of it today. As they approach the final corner for the penultimate time today, then it's going to be Thiago, who's been the unsung hero today, but deservedly is going to start the final lap as your race leader. He really has just done nothing but pure decimate so far. He deserves every bit of credit he gets.
This is the final lap. Keep it going.
Let's just see how much he can hold on, but I think, in all honesty, he may have done enough. Let's just keep an eye behind those. So Pelly may have just broken clear of Daniels and Jones, but it's the battles behind we're worried about, and that is very close indeed. We've got a yellow flag. It's RT Mertz, and he's off into the gravel trap indeed. That is coming into turn number 1, and I wonder if he took a nudge, because there are 3 blue cars. There they are, NASCAR fan, Mallox and co, who are very up close and personal right now. Let's just wait and see how it pans out right now. Daniels and Jones, though, they've got to be feeling the tension. They need to start to worry. Daniels has done an absolute supreme job today. They're holding off Mr. Jones, but how much longer can he last? Can he last another lap? Jones is all over him right now. He's swarming all over him into the corkscrew. He's broken a bit lays on the inside, and Daniels somehow closes it off. And that is like trying to ice skate with no skates on. That is ridiculously difficult to do. At a corner that tight, when a car charges up your inside, you do not, move into it to try and cut it off. So courageous driving there. But Jones is still reluctant. He thinks he can have enough. But let's just take a look at our race leader, because it's going to be Thiago that's going to be the winner of the Skill Comp race here today. And a massive congratulations, thoroughly deserved. Pelly in second. Third place is going to be John Daniels, his highest ever result in a Sunday race-off. Congratulations there. Fourth, will be disappointed and relieved at the same time for Mr. Jones. Fifth is SC Jeremy. Sixth, Luke Sky. Daniel C, Mallox, Jay Smith, and NASCAR fan, all line astern. P11th, and RT Mertz will cross the line in P12. What a stunning race that really was. Battles all around. If you like what you're seeing, we've still got plenty more to come. The final race, 15 laps of the Laguna Seca circuit, with the top 14 racers in Simraceway. From myself, Liam Jenkins, we'll see you very shortly.